Leon?
Welcome everyone to the Inter Miami versus Miami HC stream. We are here for the Group A tiebreaker of the Mlrs Challenge Cup. Inter Miami HC. The winner will top Group A, and the loser will have to settle for second place. I'm joined by Joser.
I'm Joseph. Thank you.
And Joser, what are your thoughts on this game, and can you explain a little bit about the situation we have?
The situation is this. The way the tournament is structured, each team plays 3 games against its group opponents. The team that wins the most points finishes top of the table. The team that finishes second, and so on. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, of course. In the event that we have 2 teams that are tied on points, you go to goal difference. If it's tied on goal difference, you go to goals scored. If it's tied on that, you go to head-to-head. The problem with these 2 teams is that both of them have 7 points, 2 wins, 1 draw. Both of them have scored 9 goals, and both of them have conceded 0 goals. And then when they played against each other, it was a 0-0 draw. And so, as a consequence of all of that, we have to break the tie between those 2 teams, and the way in order to do that is to play this one-off match. And the winner of this group is going to play against Deportivo Independiente Medellin, as I believe you stated, and the loser of this is going to play against Juventus, because it's the winner of each group against the runner-up of the other group, and Juventus topped Group B, and Independiente Medellin finished second. So whoever wins this plays against Independiente Medellin. Whoever loses plays against Juventus.
All right, looks like we're about ready for the lag test. I feel like it's fair to assume that Inter Miami are the favorites for this match. Would you agree with that?
I think yes. I think they're the favorites, but you have to remember that the last time they played it was 0-0. I think Inter Miami had the lion's share of chances in that one, but they weren't able to capitalize on any of those chances. And I don't think there's much point in having all those chances if you can't finish them. The question is going to be, are Inter Miami going to generate the same volume of chances as they did last time? And more importantly, are they going to finish those chances? If they generate a lot of chances and they finish those chances, I think they're favorites for sure. But if they don't, then I think Miami HC could definitely pull off an upset. So we'll have to see.
All right. I don't know what we're waiting on. We can look at the lineups here. So for Inter Miami, we have Shad, Jiren, Roger, and Almejor. Pretty standard lineup. Fun fact, those are all also teammates on CAHC. Test or?
Yeah, this is the lag test.
All right. And then the lineup for Miami is Israel, TT, Zopi, and Fruitcake.
Yeah. I have to say, based on those lineups, I would probably give the advantage to Inter Miami. I think just overall, position for position, I don't think there's any real part of the pitch where you can say Miami HC have the advantage. I think
I agree.
I think any of these Inter Miami players would start for Miami HC, but I wouldn't say that any of the Miami HC players would start for Inter Miami.
Yeah, I agree. Time to start the actual match now.
All right, this is the official match. We have Inter Miami in pink, and we have Miami HC in orange.
That these players are used to playing together. They've played together in multiple leagues. Of course, they're the reigning champions as well.
Indeed.
So they have that as well. Zopi now on the throw-in. Give it away to Jiren. Can Jiren get it up? Wins a throw-in. Shad down the line. Jiren across the middle. Rodri trying to find Almejor, but Israel gets in the way. Rodri. Almejor. Tries to play it across Jiren, sorry. TT, Rodri across, trying to find Jiren. Fruitcake gets it out. El Mejor now. Rodri, El Mejor again. Wins a corner. First corner of the match. El Mejor crosses it in. Jiren. Shad into Rodri. Doesn't have much space. Goes back to Shad and be a goal kick. Inter Miami having the first, I'd say, half chance of the game. A goal kick now to Miami HC. TT has some space now.
Good ball.
Yep. Tries to get it across. It's well defended by Miami. I think that it's safe to assume that we're going to see a higher quality game than we saw yesterday between Arsenal and them. Do you think that's fair to assume?
Safe assumption to make. I think we have a higher caliber of team in this particular game. Honestly, I thought Arsenal and Dean both played with a lot of mistakes. I think either team, had they won, would have been lucky to have won, and I think Dean was rather lucky to have won that game. Not because Arsenal played exceptionally well, but because they played rather poorly. I think they made a lot of mistakes, and I'm not sure whether they really deserved to win that game. But then again, neither did Arsenal. But I think this is going to be a better game, to answer your question.
There's also a lot of attention in this game because the two captains, El Mejor and Zopi, they've kind of been going back and forth all season. And neither of them really backed up their talk first game, so we have to see something now. And someone has to win this game. If you don't already know that, it will go to extra time, and if needed, penalties if the score is tied.
Are 2 periods of 5 minutes each. If it's still tied, it'll go to penalties. Each team taking 4 penalties. Hopefully we don't have to get there, but who knows? We'll have to see.
I feel like penalties, especially on Hacksball, is a very unfair way to decide a game.
I mean, it's the fairest way there is. People always say it's an unfair way.
This is going to be a chance, though. El Mejor could be in for 1-0.
No.
TT now plays it down the line, but Shad's the only one there. It's been pretty hard to tell from these first 3 minutes, but I think Inter Miami have had the better possession. I'd say the better decisions in attacking areas, but no one's really had too big of chances apart from the El Mejor chance, which I guess it was kind of hard to finish that one from his position.
Yeah, but I feel like we've gotten used to
this. Is a chance. That's going to be a goal.
My goodness. 1-0.
I think it's fair to say that was against the run of play. Yeah. Miami are leading in this all-important tiebreaker match, but Jiren could clap back immediately. It's a save by Fruitcake.
Well, I think this reinforces what I said about the importance of finishing your chances.
Yep. We saw that yesterday.
Mejor had a very good chance. It's a chance you'd expect someone like him to score most of the time, but he missed that. And on the other hand, had a chance the other way right after that, and I thought it was a pretty savable shot, but Chad didn't manage to make that save. He let it past him, and I think his teammates might be blaming him for that one. Thought he could have done more to save that personally.
And also Shad had the best goalkeeper of the year, or best goalkeeper of the season awarded to him in season 1 of Mlrs. So that's very unlike him.
Indeed.
So El Mejor now. I don't really think that goal changes much about how the game is going to continue to be played, because I'd say Inter Miami was already on the front foot. And I think they're going to be going for it even more now.
I could see Miami playing a lot, or Miami AC playing a lot more cautiously now than they normally would. We'll have to see, but I think they could definitely have a tighter defense if they wanted to use that sort of tactic or that strategy.
I will say Miami HC's passing and just understanding of how to play with each other has looked a lot better than I anticipated for a team that has only played 3 games together. Here's Rodri. Goal.
1-1.
So far, this game has not disappointed at all. Yeah, it was great. Just a simple tap, and he's not going to miss that.
Yeah.
Zuppy, TT.
To TT. Deflected. Take with it now.
Rodri into the middle towards Jiren. Jiren trying to give it back, and he will give it back. Rodri wins the throw-in. Shad plays it down the line to Rodri. Rodri trying to get across the middle. Jiren saved by Fruitcake. TT tries to play the through ball to Israel, but Jiren's going to get there first. Plays it to Rodri. Rodri through to El Mejor. It's a bit too far. Plays it back to Jiren. El Mejor tries putting it across. It's cleared away. Jiren now. El Mejor. He has Rodri in the middle if he can find him. He goes alone. And in the end, Fruitcake managed to save it. It was. Fruitcake has been pretty solid so far. He's had a few things to deal with. Zuppy, that's going to go out. And that's the first pause of the match. So, those opening 7 minutes have been pretty interesting. Of course, there's been 2 goals. I think you can tell a little bit about these teams. I think you could probably tell Inter Miami, they have that experience with each other. They have that chemistry. Oh, it's going to be an illegal pause, actually.
Yeah, that's a yellow card for Shelby. He
actually
paused
himself
without
off.
writing P in the chat.
Is he gonna sub someone? He is. He's subbing.
Yeah, he subbed in Solo Kirito and Mamba for TT and himself. That's a double change.
That's interesting.
TT
hasn't anti-faked. I mean, I guess he could just anti-fake at halftime or something. Rodri, Jiren, Rodri. I think in that situation, you probably should have just tried to win a corner.
Indeed, I think it's one of the key aspects of the game that you need to master to be a good real soccer player. You need to be good at winning throw-ins and corners and goal kicks, and you also need to know when to do that. Sometimes that's the best option, and you have to recognize those moments. Ooh, that's a bad pass from Jiren, and it's a potential counterattack. Miami applying the pressure, but Shad's worked his way out of it. It's Rodri now with the pass to Mahor, to Jiren, back to Rodri. Rodri lets it fall to Shad. Shad wins the throw-in. Shad to take to Jiren. Jiren to Rodri. No, that's Rodri's going to have to recover that. He's under pressure, wins the throw-in. And I think Kirito's showing what I said about how you need to be good at winning throw-ins. He's not very good at that. He's giving them away.
A lot of Miami, I need to stop saying Miami because there's 2 Miamis, but Inter Miami, a lot of their chances have come from those kind of throw-ins, and then Jiren or Rodri will have in the corner. They try to play it across, and most of them have either been inaccurate passes or just good defending for Miami. That's where a lot of the chances in this game have come from. Mahor wins a throw-in. Jiren plays it across, but there's nobody there. Shad went first time to Rodri. He gave it away, but they won it back, and Jiren gets the deflection. 2-1 to Inter Miami. They've turned it around. And I just realized that the timer was not going for a little bit there. So fix that. PT now, one of the subs. That's brilliant link-up play from Jiren and Mahor. And Mahor wins the throw-in. Zoppy giving some words to his players there in the chat. Which I do agree with what he's saying. Sometimes in those situations, being patient is the best option. And Mamba fails to keep that one on. Rodri, El Mejor, now can he get the pass to Jiren? It's intercepted by Mamba. Now Fruitcake coming out with it a little bit. Israel down the line towards Shad. 39 seconds of extra time will be played in this first half. Rodri, Jiren fails to get it back to Rodri. Could this be a counterattack now? PT. It's about making the right decision here, and he hasn't made it.
What is that? What is that? I'm sorry. What is that?
Israel across.
But it's across. He's at the post.
It's off the post, and under 10 seconds here left in the half. Shad could just kick it out now for halftime.
No, you can't do that. If you can't pass it like that. Otherwise, it'll be a soft pass. If you want to kick it hard, you have to kick it straight or kind of straight. But it's all good. It's halftime now.
Yep. So 2-1. Sorry, at halftime. I think 2-1 is pretty fair for how the two teams played. Miami Inter Miami were controlling the game for the most part. Of course, Miami HC had those two chances. One of them they took. The other one, Mamba hit the post, which was a bit unfortunate. What were your thoughts on the first half?
I think it's been mostly in Inter Miami's way. I think Miami HC have had a couple good chances, but for me, it's been very much one-way action. I think probably the reason for that is the difference in the team strategies. You see, with Inter Miami, they're trying to win the throw-ins. They're trying to be cautious with when they X, and they're using all those additional throw-ins to create chances. On the other hand, you have Miami HC, and they seem very trigger happy with the X key. They seem pretty content to give away throw-ins, and I don't really see the advantage in that kind of a strategy. I don't see how that's supposed to accomplish much, because if you get more throw-ins in this game, you get more chances, more opportunities with the ball. And so I think this strategy by Miami HC isn't going to work. But we'll have to see about that.
Yeah, Miami HC's playstyle has been a little bit reckless, which sometimes on this map, concerning it is a smaller map than the normal real soccer map. We've seen it last season. Sometimes being reckless can get you one of those lucky goals or actually help you win. But I think in this game, a game like this magnitude, Inter Miami, their approach has been better, and it's been more controlled, more calculated than Miami HC's. And Miami HC win a throw-in, but they've squandered that. Now Rodri, Mejor tries to play back to Rodri. Mamba in the corner now. El Mejor. Rodri let it go, and now Shad is going to have some space here in his own half.
So that's the strategy with Inter Miami. They're playing pretty slowly. They're playing conservatively. They're very comfortable with just letting their opponents give up the throw-in.
Yeah.
Shad just let it out again. They're not trying to force.
This is a chance. Rodri, what a save!
That's a good effort.
And Mejor's corner ends up going to no one. Mamba loses the throw-in again. Rodri could have probably won a corner there. He still does. Jiren failed to get a shot off. Now Israel, are they going to play this one right? Not sure about that touch, but there's still a chance here.
I think Shad has it covered. But will he cross it? Ooh, TD can't get
The
there.
cross was too far back. Now Rodri trying to bounce it off of Fruitcake for a throw-in, and Fruitcake ends up winning it. I think just in general, Inter Miami's decisions when it comes to building out from the back and trying to make an attack have been better.
Indeed, they have. I think the real gap between these two teams is in terms of decision making. Much technique is in Miami. They just lack the decision making.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a very good grasp of how to make the right decisions in this game, and they're paying the price for it.
Ball now with the Fruitcake. Rodri's pressuring, and he will win the corner. It's straight to Jiren. Pass was a little bit off. Jiren into Shad. Rodri, it's bounced back to Fruitcake, who I think tried to force El Mejor to kick it out. He still wins the throw-in. Mamba, Israel. Shad now. Jiren has some space down here now. Down the line.
That's a good ball. What can he do with it? Mejor knocks
this is a big chance.
Opponent. Rodri with it now. Wins the corner.
TT clears it out. Miami have been good at winning corners, but I don't think their corners have actually ended in any big chances.
Yeah, but even so, it's good to win corner kicks because it helps you to keep the pressure on. Every second that you spend taking a corner kick is one that your opponents can't spend on attacking. And they're already up. If they just win corners all game, they'll be able to secure the win, even if they don't use them to create chances.
Yeah, it's a good time wasting.
But Miami win it back. They've given it back just as quickly. Israel knocks it back to Fruitcake. Fruitcake's in a bit of a corner. He's going to have to find something. He wins the throw-in. Good job. And I think you can see the gap between Fruitcake and the others. He seems like you can tell he's the one who's got the most experience in high-level hackball compared to all of his teammates.
Yeah.
He wins the throw-in. Down the line to Israel. Israel can cross it.
This could be a big chance.
No,
squandered it.
I'm not convinced. Maybe Israel could have taken the shot, but I don't think the cross was going to happen. And since the cross wasn't really going to happen, I think Shad could have just focused on the shot. Like, it's a pause for El Mejor.
Another pause. The first one of this second half. Going back to what you were saying earlier about Fruitcake's experience in hackball, I think what I noticed about Miami HC's roster that they have is they have good players, but I don't think a lot of their players have experience in real soccer. I think many of their strengths are in other modes like futsal, classic, and as you can see here, it doesn't translate over because real soccer takes some more thinking, some more strategy, I would say. Israel getting ready to restart the game. Tries to cross in towards Muhammad. It's going to end in a goal.
What was that?
What has happened there? And as soon as Mecca, the Miami HC, I think he's the GM. Is he the GM or AGM?
Yeah.
Your GM. As soon as he steps on the field, his team gets a goal back. And as it stands, we would be going to 2 5-minute periods of extra time.
Yeah, but each team has 5 minutes to put itself in the lead and get this thing done with.
Yep.
Here's Shad.
I think Shad was unhappy with something that happened during that goal. He said, "Move, bro."
Yeah.
In the chat. I'm not sure who was talking about. I wasn't even really focused on
that was a moment of uncoordination.
Yeah.
It was 3 or 4 Inter Miami players on top of the ball, but they managed to leave the goal open for their opponent. It's the ball to Rodri. El Mejor. Israel with it now. Knocks it to Fruitcake. Fruitcake with it now. Fruitcake to Mecca. Mecca with the cross. It's unsuccessful. Ooh, Mecca's won the throw-in. Leaves it to Israel. Israel to take. Ooh, Jiren wins the throw-in off Mecca. Jiren to take. Down the line to Mahor. Mahor holds it up. Mahor's holding it up. But with it now, bringing it forward towards Israel. Israel out wide. Lays it back to Fruitcake. Fruitcake with the return ball. It's blocked, but here's Mecca now. Jiren picks it up. Jiren with the opportunity to clear. Well, but Mecca gives away the throw-in.
I think Inter Miami are starting to show some signs of frustration. I think typing in the chat, maybe making some decisions that they wouldn't normally make. And I understand it. If I was them, I'd be frustrated too, because the fact that this game is tied, considering how much of a grip they've had on the actual play of the game, or the flow of the game, I think they deserve to be ahead, or at least they should be ahead.
Indeed. But I have to say also, I think Miami HC have improved a lot. I don't know if any of them are listening to this stream, but they've gotten a lot smarter about winning set pieces than they previously were, and I think that's helped them to turn the game around somewhat. You have to remember, they scored that equalizer off a throw-in.
Yep.
They won the throw-in, and then they made good use of it.
But also, I'm not sure if that throw-in was. I feel like it was more Inter Miami mistake than a Miami HC sort of. Yeah, masterclass. Because I mean, I didn't really see much of it. I just saw a little bit of commotion in the box. But I think an Inter Miami player got pushed or moved, and then Mamba just had a free tap in. I was restarting the timer because of the pause just ended, and I just saw Mamba with the open shot.
Rolled it off an opponent, but
Israel moved out of the way.
They all moved out the way.
Yep.
I think Israel was in the way, but he moved away just in time.
Whoa, this is a big chance that they can play it right.
He'll go it alone.
He still has Jiren.
Goal.
It's own goal. Another pause now. And just when it seemed like Miami HC were starting to get a little bit of a grip on the game, just as it seemed like they were starting to get a little bit of flow going, Inter Miami take the lead, and now we only have 2 minutes to go. I do think that was fortunate for Inter Miami because it looked like Mejor had run himself into a bit of trouble. He took a while to decide whether he was going to pass or shoot, and Mamba exited into his own net in the end.
Yeah, I think they've conceded 2 different goals in this way. It was an own goal where one of their players exits while facing his own goal. First it was TT in the first half. Now it's Mamba. Yeah. Rodri tried to win the corner, but evidently he touched it last. Fruitcake to take. Fruitcake weighs his options. I don't think he has the luxury to take his time like he is. Ooh. But anyways, he's lost it to Jiren. Jiren with a shot.
Also, Giuseppe is back on the field. Subbed himself back on. And Israel and Fruitcake on the field, so he took Mecca off. That means. Yeah. Mamba was saying that. Actually, that makes sense because Giuseppe is a bit of a reactionary manager, so it would make sense he takes Mamba off after that.
Yeah. Truthfully, that's never something I understood. I feel like if you want to avoid mistakes, you have to sub your players off before they make the mistake. What good is it to sub them off now? It's not gonna do them any favors. And personally, I'd rather have, at least if I were in charge, I'd rather have Mamba on the field. That was a poor mistake, but overall, he's a pretty decent player.
And he managed to get a goal as well.
Yeah, I think he'd do a lot more to help them get back into the game than anyone else. Anyways, Mahor wins the corner.
And that's 4-2.
Jiren with the finish.
And it seems like there's little time remaining. Inter Miami might have just wrapped up first place. and a game with the Deportiva Independiente Medellin in the semifinals of the Challenge Cup,
See
which
how
would
much added
mean
time we
Miami
have.
FC have to take
37
on
seconds.
Juventus.
37
37
seconds
seconds
for
to get
Miami
2 goals
to
up. You're
reply.
trying to get one here.
No
Roman.
luck.
Under 30 seconds left now. And they're taking up a lot of it here on this throw-in. Not sure what's happening there. Israel.
Strategy. Mecca! That was a very good chance. If you want to get back into the game, you have to
That
convert
was a
those.
perfect opportunity.
I think they might have ended their chances just with that. There's more with
Definitely.
it now.
I mean,
The last
time is
play.
up now. The last play. Jairin. Mejor is just going to get out in the battle of the two Miami teams. Inter Miami are victorious. Inter Miami are going to top Group A, and they will face Independiente or Deportiva Independiente Medellin in the semifinals, and Miami HC will be taking on Juventus. That was, I think, a great game. Both teams did well on some aspects. I have to say, I do think the result is fair. I think Inter Miami deserve to come away as the winners of that game and deserve to top the group. Definitely some interesting points. Mecca's miss, obviously being the one at the end. That was a glorious opportunity to get them back into the game, and he failed to convert on that occasion. But that's that now. It's done. Inter Miami have won. They have the bragging rights in the Miami Derby, and they will top Group A. So that's all for the stream. Knockout stages will be starting on Tuesday, I believe, with the semifinals. And obviously more information on when I will be streaming or whether I will be streaming those in the Mlrs server. But that's all for the stream. Thank you to everyone who watched, and good night.